pasando. Aquí está pasando.
Hey yo, welcome to Pasando DTLA. My name is TossTones.
And I'm El Padrino, directly from Happening in DTLA Studios.
Y recuerda,
aquí está pasando.
Están fritos.
Yo, what's going on, brother?
My G, we good, man. I feel great. It's been a good week.
Yeah.
I cannot
Are
complain.
you sleeping, bro?
I am not, actually. I am not, but I love it. I love every second of it. The baby is beautiful. We got shout out to Heidi. Love you, and I'm there for her. And the doula extension. I gotta be over there. They need me.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. I'm happy, man. It's growing. We got the love and the glory of God in the house. You know,
Amazing.
No bad news. I haven't heard. Thank God. Like, right?
Yeah.
Ever since the president change, everything is different now.
It feels better. It feels better. Hey, but
How about you?
But hey, I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. Honestly, like things are just looking up. You know, like Bad Bunny is showing out in WWE. And performing.
WWE. Oh my God.
Like, life is good, man.
Life is good.
It's like back to normal.
Back to normal. Like. Well, it sure wasn't like that last year, huh?
Nah, none of that. But that was funny, bro. Like just seeing his appearance.
Yo, I don't think that's ever been done. What he did,
yeah.
I cut the WWE a long time ago in my life, but when I was a kid, I used to love it up until like 10, 11.
Yeah.
I was rocking it. I'm talking about back then. All the stuff that Bad Bunny's bringing up, I lived it.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Stone Cold and The Rock.
And Booker T.
Booker T.
Yeah.
I remember all that. And I love that he's bringing it back. He's you know, paying that homage. But I've never seen that before. I've never seen an artist perform in the middle of the Royal Rumble.
Right.
Never seen that before. I don't know. I know that Snoop Dogg has done some performing, but I don't know if it was the Royal Rumble. Yeah. And wrestling. Like, that's never done. That's never been done.
Bro, you know what's like really interesting is that Booker T is not like The Rock, right? Where his career skyrocketed after wrestling.
No,
like, you know, he was definitely retired.
He skyrocketed on the WWE. He
right.
had the big, like, he was the champ. He was like the guy, and he was right next to. Actually, when he was hot. It was like before The Rock was about to blow up.
Right.
So he was hot in a good moment, but yeah, he never got that movie deal.
What's cool is like low key Bad Bunny just brought him back, dude.
I loved it
because I was looking at a video and Booker T had his wrestling thing, but obviously super local. Like it was a very local thing. So he brought him back to the big stage, bro. Like a lot of young kids are like, "Oh wait, who's Booker T?"
They don't even know
exactly. So that was dope, man, and that performance was cool.
And you know, I got something to say that is really important to say right now. We're on Black History Month.
Yeah.
Right. So this is something not to fly past by. You know, Bad Bunny being a white passing Latino, Afro Latino as Puerto Rican, right?
All right.
Is doing the work because he's using his white passing face and he's giving props to a African American, how many African American top wrestlers can you list?
Yeah.
I don't think I can do 5. There are like top notch.
Yeah.
I cannot name 5.
Mm-hmm.
And Booker T is definitely at the top of the chain. So he brought him up.
Right.
On his song, he brought him back. I saw him on his own podcast saying, "Oh my God, I got this new fans."
Right.
He growing like thanks to that.
He said that he gained like 1 million followers, bro.
Right.
What? Like he had like 25,000 and then he just grew
just
a
like
ton.
that. And he's super grateful too.
Yeah.
So that's the work. That's an ally right there.
Yeah.
That he's doing. And another thing, it was Tego's birthday.
Right.
And he wore Tego's shirt.
The underdog, el enemy de los guasiris.
I know, hey, y'all, they are genius. They
Yeah.
always thinking ahead. But I don't think they were thinking about highlighting Afro. It's just something that they felt. And that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's really beautiful, especially this month. You know, we need all the love that we can get, you know, because been years of oppression.
Right. Absolutely. And so I think
centuries.
I absolutely agree, man. And it was good. It was good to see him with the shirt. You know, I'm a big fan of that type of like, you know, just showing homage in that way, man. And Tego deserves that and a lot more, dude. So that was dope, man. And he jumped on a couple people and hit somebody in the face with a mic. So it's pretty dope. It was definitely a good moment.
Definitely a great moment. Shout out to Bad Bunny for that. We appreciate you.
Stays representing the culture the right way, bro.
He doing it the right way. No, hating on this dude.
It's
if
hard.
you hating on this dude and you don't really see what's really going on and appreciate the art that he's bringing to the table, then, you know, you need to check yourself, I think, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yo hago lo que me dé la gana.
Hey, aquí lo tengo en la camisa.
Yeah.
A ver a San Juan.
Bueno, pero ¿qué tenemos aquí? Tenemos hoy...
Bueno, tenemos un 1 para 1.
1-on-1.
Intenso hoy. Like it's...
¿Qué tenemos
Está
para
candente.
hoy? ¿Qué tenemos para hoy?
So the 1-on-1 today, you know, and we were thinking about the guest for today's guest. So, you know, we had to go with somebody iconic. So our 1-on-1 is Beyonce versus Rihanna. And that's intense. And I think we're not gonna agree in this one.
I might agree with a couple things. You know, sometimes it's hard for me to decide between two greats.
Yeah.
Because I'm able to my judgment goes to the art.
Right.
You know, and if you're great at something, I'm gonna appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be in the hater part of I'm not saying you are, but I like to appreciate, okay, maybe this, you know, this person has way more on this lane.
Yeah.
And this person has way more on that lane.
Yeah.
But who you got? Beyonce versus Rihanna?
Yeah, I have to agree. Like there's no hating in with these two like queens. Like there's just no room for that because they're beyond everybody else. But I have to go with Rihanna. And I have to go with Rihanna. And this is my reasoning. One, her evolution, and both of them evolved, but I'm just more inclined to find Rihanna's evolution, like I just relate to it more. And I just think she's versatile in a very different way. And you know, like when you listen to songs, you can listen to like 2 songs from Rihanna, and if it's your first time listening, you couldn't believe that it's the same person. So you could listen
She's
to
very versatile.
like We Found Love, like ba 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 ba, and it's like a dance, and you could basically like listen to that in a rave, and then you listen to what's that song, Stay, where it's like an Adele type, you know, very slow, like I just want to get on my knees and cry and drink a White Claw, you know, like you just completely done with your life and you listen to that song. And then you listen to like that other song, like man, what's it called? Where she goes like, "Come around, boy, can you get it up?"
Work.
Right, or work.
Ooh, that song with Drake.
Or that other song.
That's
with,
a classic. I was listening to that. I was getting my shout out to Reggae Moms. She braided me.
Yeah.
Got me
Hey,
tight.
it's looking tight, bro.
She nice. Reggae Moms.
It's
South
looking
LA.
good, bro.
Go get her. She nice. But she always had the best playlist. We always reggae and like dance hall. That's all she listens to. Right?
Yeah.
And that song came up, and I hadn't, you know, that when that came out, it was very saturating. Like it got to a point where it's like, here we go again, where I'm done with it. Like I love the song, but I don't want to hear it again. Every club, every night, when I was working at the clubs and playing, when we had clubs, pre-pandemic,
Good old days.
the good old days, that was playing every second, and sometimes twice a night. Another DJ played it again, and I was like done.
Yeah.
But then today I heard it. And it's such a great song. I was like, yo, this song is just... I was listening to the beat, how simple it is, and I was starting to think... It got me inspired. I was like, man, I need to make like something simple like that.
Yeah, and I think, you know, I think my last point on Rihanna, and people always ask her when is she going to drop a new album. I don't think she needs to rush. That last album, that last album doesn't need a new album in a decade, bro. because it's a perfect album from beginning to end. It has everything in it. Like it's well produced. It has great content. It has everything in that album. You don't need anything outside of that. So I'm actually in support of my baby boo Rihanna on her decision making.
Okay, I'm gonna have to agree with you with all the things that you said, because Rihanna cannot and will not be stopped. And mind you, Rihanna can retire.
Oh, yeah.
She don't need to make any more music. Like I don't think there's a lot of people that are, oh, you need to say. I don't think she needs to prove anything else.
Yep.
And not that Beyonce also has done it all. But here's the thing where it's hard for me, because I'm gonna go with Beyonce, and I'm gonna say why I go with Beyonce. But I gotta say that Rihanna has never dropped the ball. There's no song that she's dropped that people have been like, oh, okay, that's all right. No, every song is, and she actually holds the record of the most hit. I think it's like something about like the consistency of the hit songs or something.
Yeah.
She's never failed anything. And Beyonce has some songs that we prefer not to like listen again, maybe. You know, I can say that. But Beyonce's portfolio, Beyonce's career, Beyonce, something that Rihanna will never have and she does not have. Beyonce's vocal instrument is one of the greatest vocal instruments. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care if you like Beyonce or not. Beyonce vocally, she man, and she has done so many things. I remember back then, because I'm a MTV VH1 kid back when I was a little kid. All these things. You remember the Divas? Remember the Divas Live?
Yeah.
I remember when she first got on that, and it was like next to, I don't remember who was there. I don't know if it was, I cannot remember, like top notch, like Aretha Franklin and I don't know, like top, I don't know, Ross, what's her name? Diana Ross. Like that level of caliber. And I remember that when she went on stage and she sang her part, everybody knew that it's like when Jordan came and Magic and Bird said, it's his league now.
Yeah.
Like that's how it happened. That's how it happened. So like, and then her career is just so great. And she's still relevant.
Absolutely.
You know?
More relevant now than ever. Like, absolutely.
I gotta say, I gotta go with Beyonce, man. Beyonce has made some iconic tracks.
What I really appreciate about Beyonce is, so she made this transition vocally, I think, from obviously like high pitch, which was the thing back then, and now she's more natural with, you know, her tone. But also, she dropped that album with Jay-Z. She killed Jay-Z on every single track.
100%.
She just killed every flow, sounded better than him, sounded just more hungry than him.
100%.
And that's incredible that she can just be that versatile, you know, that she goes into his flow, you know, per se, and then kills that flow. And bro, like when you see her perform live too, like she captures you. Like Beyonce is just entirely, you
completely
know, she's a goddess. Like she's there, and everybody is in awe of what she's doing and how she like gets everybody's attention.
I think she's one of the best artists of all time, and that's something that I cannot say exactly about Rihanna, because like Rihanna. Man, I'm telling you, it's just Rihanna is incredible, and she has one of the best track record of all time. She has one of the best songs. Her entrepreneurship and business is next level.
Yeah, no, she's atop everybody.
Like, I think that she even killing Victoria's Secret now. Like Victoria's Secret is like running behind her with her Fenty and all that. But when we talk about iconic all time, like people like I said, Aretha Franklin and James Brown, and you say Michael Jackson, Beyonce's in that conversation. I think that Beyonce is definitely in that conversation that I cannot necessarily put. Rihanna's not there yet. I think that she has like one more album to get there, one or two that won't fail to get there. That's what I think. Iconic status, like GOAT.
Right.
Beyonce's definitely up there.
Beyonce's there. I would say that Rihanna is definitely there. And she really, you know, what's amazing about Rihanna is when you look at her beginning, you have like one, like she's just a type very basic in a way, not basic, but you know, like she fit that description, and then you can see her just evolve.
Shout out to Barbados, Caribbean.
Right? And now, I mean, I think she's at a place right now, and I agree with you. She does need probably one more project. She can take her time, bro.
She's up there. She's up there. She's just not there yet for me. Like all time.
But I do think that her entrepreneurship, you know, the fashion show, I think that goes also into her work as an artist.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Because that is, you know, that's her brain, that's her mind child, and I think that should be, we could consider that a project, and we can make the case that is her most successful project yet. Mm. We might not tie it to music the way we would tie it, you know, to another album, but honestly, like she invested, and she's getting probably 10 times as much as she would have, you know.
She would never get the money that she get in Fenty in music at all. Like, impossible. And she's going to break the charts. Oh, yeah. Break everything. She's not making that much money on that. Nah. It's never going to get there.
So, and shout out to the queens.
Shout out to the queens. And today, we have another queen.
Yeah, we do.
Quinn, who's another queen. Oh, my God. Are you guys ready for this?
Yo, I hope you guys are ready. People that are on Instagram Live, please join us on YouTube. We have Quinn, who's about to join us and do a live performance, talk to us for a bit. So please join us on YouTube. Link is on the bio, so check us out. TossTones.
Let's welcome Quinn.
Let's welcome her.
Woo! Hi. Let's go. Hey. How you doing, babe?
I'm so good. How are you?
We Gucci. We're ready for you.
I like the combo.
Oh, I think that, remember the sound in the background? Maybe do we have that on?
Yeah,
it's cool.
pause me.
We got it. It's okay. We take time. This is the 2021 technology. We there's always some stuff. I got the my notifications getting there. I'm sorry for that. I'm about to take that off. This is always something. You ready? Now we ready. Welcome, Quinn. Yeah, I hear you perfectly.
Yeah, entering the virtual world.
It's always something, but how you doing, Quinn?
I'm good. I want to share a song with you guys.
All right, let's do it.
This is actually a poem that I wrote.
Okay.
That I turned into a little something. So this is how we're going to start it off. This is called Heal the World.
All right.
Let's go.
Can you hear my voice? Ooh. Da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Ooh, and heaven. Oh, remember you came from me. Oh, I've been waiting just to see your pretty faces here. Look, follow the signs. It's all about the timing. Hey, what you deprive is all in alignment. Without your design, then you could relieve it, or you could die and then repeat it. Choose wise or just face your fate. I wanna get to the golden gates of love, 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 love. Oh, things have been hard on us, yeah. Hard on us, yeah. Things have been hard on us, they've been hard on us. So you wanna do it, and you wanna do it, yeah. And you wanna do it now. Say how you wanna do it, how you wanna do it. I'm tryna heal up the world, say yeah. The boys and the girls, say yeah. Y'all
Oh
there
my
you go.
God! Everybody,
Wow,
everybody,
that's
give a
Thank
round of
you.
applause for the amazing Quinn.
man.
Thank you.
That was healing. I felt like the healing running through my body.
Okay, perfect. That's what it's made for.
Fantasy Soul. How you doing? How's everything? All the 2020 and early
Yeah.
2021. How's everything for you? How's everything been going?
Everything's been good. A lot of new transitions. You know, as everybody else, I feel like I've been getting a lot more just in tune with my brain, with my body, with what it needs. My morning routine is getting perfected. You know, thank you.
Shout out to
everybody.
Rachel. She loved it. So
Um,
that's good. That's what we all need.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
amazing. So for the folks that are just joining, you know, I think there's a lot of people that are excited to hear from you and for you to join us. So thank you again. Tell us more about who you are, you know, where you're from, and how you got into this music thing.
Yeah, so my original name, my full name, I should say, is Bianca Lenore Quinones, and I'm from Altadena, California.
Nice.
And I got into music. I did music my whole life. You know, in choir since I was, 4 years old, kindergarten. And then after that, went into choir in high school, which kind of was training me up. I didn't realize it because I was so shy my whole life. Well, up until now, of course. And I got into music subconsciously. I was always involved in it, but it wasn't until I would say like 2013 for me is when I started really like taking it super seriously. 2010, I was like getting into recording with my friends, and then it turned into like an actual thing. 2013, I put out my first song under my first name, Bianca Lenore. It's called "Say My Name," and "Regret." I had a couple songs from back in the day.
Is that up on YouTube or
Yeah.
Apple?
So if you guys
Spotify?
want to find a throwback, there's this song called "Regret." And
I need to hear that.
Yeah, it's like an OG. Yeah, it's on YouTube. There's a video.
We're gonna check
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
Check
Young
that out.
Quinn.
Yeah, yeah.
Young Quinn.
And then, yeah, it was around 2015, maybe 16, where I started really thinking about, because everyone was asking me around this time, like, what type of music do you make? Like, well, first of all, it's like, oh, what do you do? I make music. Okay, what kind of music do you make? And I didn't know what to say, or, I didn't have enough adjectives to fulfill what I was trying to convey. So I prayed about it. I'm like, I just need like one good term, like give me something. Mm-hmm. And one day I was like, this is when I didn't have a car. I was like taking mad Ubers, and they're like, oh, so what kind of music do you make? After they asked me what I did, I'm having this little conversation, and I'm like, this is my chance to see what happens. I was like, I make fantasy soul music. And instantly they were like, oh, I think I get it. Okay. So, and then I just press play, and then there's no talking necessary. Yeah. It's just letting the music speak. So it really was out of convenience and out of just something that was part of my destiny that just happened to show up, And it's bigger than just a genre. It's like a whole, it's my baby that's becoming this whole universe, building this universe with my sisters and my friends. Has been what I've been working on 2020 to now, getting myself together so I can even be open enough to receive the map, the map has finally been given to me and laid out so that I can understand what I need to do next.
So
what's
the
plan?
What are the things that you think make fantasy soul like a distinguished genre, like in your mind and the way you put it out?
Right.
Well, I feel like me as the common denominator, one, okay. But also it's a feeling. It's soul music. It's music that I'm writing from my spirit, and me and my friends are creating this from straight from the soul. So to describe it a little more, it's like fantasy is where my imagination plays. That's where I collect all of this stuff. I'm like the journalist in my own life, and then boom, the soul is where the writing comes from. The story that unfolds. So
if you could name it, like if you give it like 3 characteristics, 3 names that would describe fantasy soul, what would you say?
Ooh, 3 names that describe fantasy soul. Supernatural, supernatural earth magic. That's 4, but maybe we could combine supernatural.
Okay, supernatural could be
we'll
one.
allow it.
We could make supernatural one, but that's dope. That's
I,
dope.
I really like that. So we want you definitely to talk about Lucid, which is one of your latest projects. But when I was listening to it, and I was telling TossTones about this, like it just felt like meditation music with a really nice 808 in the background, right? Like it was just like perfect, like meditation music. And now I could sort of make the connection. But could you tell us more about your project?
Yeah. So it really is pretty much that. Lucid came about over not a few years, maybe like a couple years. 2017, I wrote the first song, which was Seventh Heaven, actually. So Seventh Heaven, Fave, and what's the other one? Seventh Heaven, Fave, and Lucid. Those were the songs that I kind of wrote around the same time, and then I started adding more later on. From 2017 to 2019 is when I was really building that out. And to me, it's a continuation of the story that has been unfolding throughout my life, which is, my first official release was Galactica, and then we move on to Dream Girl, and then naturally Lucid comes after Dream Girl. I named it before I even knew what the story was. But my process, I really like to just create, and then start to see what story is coming about, like what songs go together. I enjoy putting the playlist together and like really seeing what messages my spirit is trying to tell me. So Lucid is all about being born again, and I think that it's like a trilogy. It's like Galactica, I'm this space princess, and this is a place where I really traveled to in my dreams, and I kind of explain that in the project. And then Dream Girl is kind of just adding on to that. So it's like, who is she? It was first the where, then it's the who, and then it's like, what's next? Lucid is the more grounded version of me. I've collected all of these lessons, and now here I am, and I'm realizing, actually, even though I do travel to space, and I have been to Galactica, and this is I'm exploring these different places through my dreams and my astral travels, I actually chose Earth. So let me get into her, So Lucid was really me grounding myself down and being like, what am I doing here? Like, am I here to experience all the things? Yes. So Lucid is just a more grounded, more mature version of the other 2 versions of me. So she finds the true and healthy love versus the happen to happen that was very, spontaneous and dream girly. Lucid is like, bitch, actually, we finally know a little something here, and we're attracting the things that are meant for us for the rest of our life, the healthy stuff. So it's a earth magic project for sure, about being born again and finding forgiveness and love. Yeah,
I love it, and it's literally like, for me, it's like it's different genres, but I just feel like we're in the same lane, because like my style is Afro Latin sci-fi. So I love that, like there's no boundary to the creativity. But that's why I like that with the fantasy. So there's no boundary to it. It's not. It doesn't have to be earthly. It could be, it could be spiritual. It could be, it could go back to earth and whatever is happening. But we can go jazzy and abstract. I love that a lot. So talking about Afro-Latino, being Afro-Latino, you and Afro-Latina, I would like the people to know, like, exactly why you Afro-Latina. Where's your family, and how you are the way you are right now?
So my daddy He's from the Bronx. He's Puerto Rican. My mom is Mexican from California. And because I'm from California, I didn't get to experience that real like Boricua setting, like really growing up on the East Coast. And so it actually, all I had was my family to recognize like this is my culture, you know? So I actually explored my culture more as an adult than I ever felt connected to as a kid even, you know? Like, yes, I'd eat the food, we'd salsa, we do all this stuff. But I needed to go out and experience Puerto Rico, you know? And that's something that I actually had to do on my own when I got old enough to go explore. And, you know, I'm such an explorer that, you know, that's been my journey these days, is like really picking up the pieces of my culture because, you know, my mom's side, the Mexican, it's very like private. Like it's such a mystery, you know? With my dad's side, I have my cousins in Queens still, like I'm connected to them. But I feel like it's up to me to really be the explorer of the family. Besides my Uncle David, he knows all the tea. But I'm like at that point in my life where I'm trying to learn more and more and more about where I come from because it wasn't really given to me like that.
What part of California is your Mexican side?
She's from, well, that's a good question. You know what I'm saying? So my my grandparents were born here, and then their parents were born in Mexico, Durango, and another place that I can't think of right now.
That's the real deal. Durango's the real deal.
All the cool people come from Durango.
Oh, for real? Okay, that's cool.
Hey,
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, like, what was your experience like in Puerto Rico, and what was your favorite part about being out there and exploring?
Okay, so I went to Puerto Rico only a few years ago. Wasn't with my family. It was actually for work. I was doing a shoot out there. And, whoa, what an amazing experience, because when we went, it was like the Puerto Rican Day Parade just happened to be happening every day that we were there. And it was like a week-long thing. Right?
That's Puerto Rico.
Yep. That's Puerto Rico. So look, I was completely culture shocked because here I am. I have like Bronx blood. Like I have Puerto Rican inside of me, but I can only experience that experience through my dad, who was very Puerto Rican. But going out there and seeing everybody, how we talk, how we move, how we dance to everything, how we're just like loud people, and in the way that we express everything. So, which is completely opposite to my mom's side of the family, which is really interesting too. But going back to Puerto Rico, I'm there, and I remember the craziest experience was just being in the streets, and everybody's out in the streets dancing, doing their thing. There was like a salsa band up here, and I just had to sit there, and I'm like, I can't even believe that this has nothing to, well, it has everything to do with why I'm here, but what are the odds of me being here in this moment? I'm crying. I'm thinking about my family. Everybody, I feel like everybody around me was my titi. Like y'all are moving the same way. You guys are talking the same way. You guys are dancing the same way. Like, you know, spinning around and being wild. Like, I never felt connected to a group of people before ever in my life until then, because I only knew my family, and I didn't know that was Puerto Rican. I thought that was just us. So I was able to finally see like, oh, this is us. I feel like everybody is my family here. And I was so grateful to be able to experience that, because that was my first time really. And I'm like, I'm telling my sisters, like, we have to make this trip.
The Caribbean is rich culture, and Puerto Rico, you find that like every neighborhood, like you can see that. Like I remember I grew up next door. They doing that. They playing an instrument over there. They're laughing, and somebody has the big boom box, and they dancing. That's what they do in New York too, in the Bronx. From like saying, you know, it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Look, and I've only heard stories. My dad was just showing me and my sisters in our group chat the picture of his projects, and he was like, look, he was the DJ, and he used to DJ out of his window in the projects, and everybody would just be salsaing and dancing around downstairs, and he just showed us all those pictures. It was so cool. Like,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's the real deal. That's a blessing. Getting that. There's a lot of people that don't get to do that. You got to do that. I also wanted to talk about, because you're a triple threat. you're a singer-songwriter. You make a lot of different things, but I know that I think that's why you went to Puerto Rico. You also a model.
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right? Were you doing? I kind of remember. Were you doing like
Yeah, I was shooting with Hurley actually, my friends.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a bunch of different hats in this industry. How long you been doing that too? How long you been modeling?
So modeling came like naturally, just cause like my friend Jessica Foley, who I went to, we worked at Urban Outfitters together back in the day. And my friend Anna, who has a clothing line called The Sweetest Language, she resells vintage. And when I was just working at Urban, it became a thing where it's like, okay, well, I'm making this music and I need some photos. And Jessica's like, well, I take pictures. And Anna has clothes, and we kind of want to just like shoot these clothes. So that's really how it started. Like me and Jessica and Anna, we started doing photo shoots. And I was able to use the photos for something. Anna was able to put them on her website. So we all just connected that way and did it like a trade work situation. And then they went crazy on Tumblr. And I just remember thinking like I didn't even use my Tumblr like that.
Tumblr is not even popping anymore. That's that you get.
But I like Tumblr. But
it
yeah,
had a glory days, and you were there.
I was there during those glory days,
That's
man.
dope.
So so my pictures were just getting like thousands and thousands of notes, and I just remember being like, this shit is too easy, bro. Like I need photos. I have my best friends right here. Like, yeah. So really modeling just turned into a simple like who's trying to shoot, because I got a song that I want to put out on Valentine's Day on SoundCloud, you know, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it turned into, brands being aware of, what I got going on and hitting me up. And it's as simple as that. And now here we are, I'm doing UGG campaigns, which is awesome, with my family.
All right, I saw that. You're
Yeah.
doing the UGG campaign. That's a big one, too.
And I'm genuinely a fan, so that was just cool that they were trying to work with me multiple times. And the second time, it was all about like, who do you know that will want to do this? And I'm like, I have sisters. Like,
y'all
y'all
look so great together. Like,
Thank
you can
you.
see that's even better for the brand, because if you get a couple of models, they might have chemistry, they might have not.
Right.
But y'all are family. Y'all look like you love each other. You all beautiful queens.
Thank
It looks
you.
great. It looks
Thank
really
you.
good.
Yeah.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
I
the
was
family.
really grateful for that. Yeah, and like that's the dream, So
Yeah. Hey, Quinn, I have a question for you. Going back to music, what's your favorite genre?
fantasy soul.
All right.
But honestly, truly, people always want to know what I be listening to, and I listen to every single thing. But a lot of the times, I just want to listen to something that's not distracting, because I have one of those brains that I can't get things done when I'm listening to words sometimes. So I really love listening to jazz, classical, and I just let it play. And sometimes just like some congas or like the water drum, like anything with those sounds involved,
Yeah.
it keeps me good, and it keeps me, being able to think straight.
Keeps you grounded.
I dig it. You like old school jazz or newer jazz?
I like fuzzy jazz. That's the only way I can describe it. That's my favorite type of jazz.
the
Just
relaxed
old,
one?
fuzzy jazz. Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
probably like that.
Spotify needs to change that fuzzy jazz.
Fuzzy jazz. I'll go ahead and add that to my list of fantasy soul.
Fancy
you go.
soul with fussy, with a side of fussy jazz.
Yeah.
That's
I
great.
dig it.
So, I just want to like let the people know, because you're such a such a great artist, and you have worked with a lot of like big names. You're not only a big name yourself. We think we really
you.
appreciate your art that way, but you mind naming some of them? People need to know, because I know you work with like Anderson .Paak. You
Oh
work
yeah, let's
with,
go down the list.
Yeah, let's do it.
Drop that list on them.
So I've been in a couple Anderson .Paak videos. Shout out to Calmatic for bringing me in to those. Anderson is cool. Chuck English, my brother, that's somebody that I've always worked with and I always will work with. We got albums on the way. Black, my partner, obviously I'm working with him and I have worked with him. And then we can go to the albums. Let's see. G-Eazy, Buddy,
Nice.
Sid.
Buddy seems like such a fun person.
He's one of my best friends. Me and Buddy came up together at a certain point in our lives. Yeah, I met Buddy through Chuck, and we just was like cat dog. You know what I'm saying? Like it was when we didn't have anything, and it's like, okay, what studio are we pulling up today? And so I met a lot of people through just being in that situation with just like pulling up every day. We wanted to just make stuff, so like we were working with Mike and Keys a lot. That's where I met the producer Power, who did all of Dream Girl eventually. So Buddy played a big part of my musical life for sure. We love Buddy. He's so fun. One of my funnest friends.
I saw Buddy at Sir's. You know, when he dropped the last album, he had like a party right before. I think it was somewhere downtown, and Buddy was there. He was just the life of the party. Like, he just seems like such a great and fun guy.
He really is. He really is. That's really who he is.
Love it.
And if you guys listen to that one song with Snoop, The Blue, you can hear me in the background.
Oh,
nice.
I didn't know that.
So that's a fun fact.
That's the real deal.
That's very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Play that one when we're done.
Go.
How did that happen? Were you in the studio with Snoop?
No, I was in the studio with Snoop. Buddy was putting final touches on his stuff, and he was like, I'd be honored. I'm like, bet, I'll pull up. Came over, and he's like, do you. So
Yeah.
That's amazing. So, 2 questions. Dead or alive? Let's see.
Dead.
Which artists you haven't worked with that you would love to make some music with? I want to hear who.
Dead or alive.
Old school, yeah. And like at least two names. Old school and new school.
Miles Davis,
Nice.
Erykah Badu,
Okay.
Queen.
Santana would be sick.
Oh,
And-
we might have some Santana today.
You know, I really wish that I got to work with Prince. I feel like we would have vibed out.
That would have been a whole fantasy.
Absolutely.
Fantasy.
But I feel like he's
soul.
looking down at his children, and he's like, keep it up, bro. You got it, you know?
He's happy the inspirations are in.
What would be the vibe you would go for with Erykah Badu?
Ooh.
That's one of my favorite artists of all time, by the way.
Yeah, I really love her. The vibe would just be completely natural. Who knows? It depends on what we were up to that day, you know?
So what's your favorite Erykah Badu song? Let's go there.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard because I feel like Mama's Gun as a whole was
whole
like...
album.
And now, let me tell you something. I reconnected with these albums later on in life because I actually grew up with them. So, you know, you listen to them like regularly when you're growing up and like they're, you know, embedded in you. But as an adult and very recently, like 2020 and now, I like reconnected with the albums, and like the way that she puts the code in the medicine into the music is so, but is able to make it so it's easy to receive. That's like a real superpower. And Mama's Gun is, it's like, I don't even want to say this out of disrespect, but it's like, I feel like, in the best way I could say this, I feel like I wrote the album because I'm so connected to every single emotion in the album. Like every single song, I'm like, whoa, I'm going through this right this second. Like I'm supposed to be listening to this today. Like, you know?
Yeah.
So I have a newfound love for that album specifically. And like Green Eyes, I don't have a favorite. The whole thing as a body of work is amazing. And then it's Worldwide Underground. And then you get into the other ones and you're like, oh my God, what the heck? I was like 11, 12, 13, you know, it's like just playing them, but not really like listening the way that I'm listening with these ears now, you know?
I love how she's always like evolving.
Always.
Every album is always, she always maintains that essence. Neo Soul, Queen, you know, was like between her and Jill Scott, like Neo Soul is, they reign, you know, that's the queens of that. But every album, she always brought some new feels to it. Like you said the names of the albums right now, and all of them 3 albums are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally
Entirely.
different.
Entirely, yeah.
Yeah, and like the way she slipped in, like I forgot. Whatever song comes before. Back in the day when things were cool. One thing I realized, and I mean, the way that it spoke to me could be different of how she intended it to be, but it could be exactly what she intended it to be, because the song that comes right before that, how it ends, I love how she ended it with like the ancestors talking. They were loud. They were talking. They were making their noise. They were doing their thing. They were making their music. And then next thing you know, it trickles right into back in the day when things were cool. And one day I was just like crying in the shower, and I'm like, I get it, bro. Like back in the day, our ancestors, like back in the day, they were singing was ba 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 da da. You know?
Right. Yeah, and hey, that song is even more relevant now. Back in the day when things were cool,
Right.
before the pandemic.
Yeah.
When we used to chill and, you know, man, we
timeless.
Yeah, and I feel like she was just way ahead of the game.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like she was just beyond her years, and I think a lot of the younger generation are really seeing that and mimicking sort of that path. That's beautiful.
Definitely.
Yeah, and that's what she does it for. She's like, watch me, y'all, watch me. You know, follow the way.
So now, talking about right now, 2021. I know that you mentioned something about the wellness project that you're doing. Can you mind explaining a little bit of that?
Yeah,
People would love to know that.
Yeah, so my friend Nicole and I have started this community called Fine for Now. Fine, Four now. And it's just a baby. We're just getting started. But so far, we put together these little challenges, like, you know, maybe 21-day challenge or a 14-day challenge of journal prompts and meditations that you can tune into every morning. And so we started off with really what it started off as was Nicole coming to me saying, I have this plan, I have this idea, and I need your help. And I'm like, you know, you're my friend. I'll do whatever. I'm with it. So that was just something that we brought up, we talked about, and we're moving on. And she sent me a 21-day challenge to do, just, you know, because someone sent it to her. And I was like, why don't we make this the first little Fine for Now thing and just share it with other people? And she's like, oh, good idea. So the first challenge we did was the Deepak Chopra 21-day challenge. And that obviously we didn't make any of it up. This is something that we just were like, hey, we have access to this. We have the links. Like, why don't we share it with other people? Because people don't know. So we started with that. And then we got into this book called The Magic, which I love. It's all about gratitude. And once again, we kind of prefaced it and created challenges out of what was already written. So we didn't make that up really. We just kind of took it from the book, wrote it out so that we could share with other people. But the most recent one, we totally made from scratch. It's called Define Your Dreamline. And it's all about setting yourself up to be able to have clear channels so that you can really manifest your dreams, because it's possible and it's our birthright as human beings to be able to do so. So that's the latest and the greatest, and it's been so cool to watch the community grow. You guys should all follow Fine for Now, FINEFOUR now, NOW. And yeah, we're just putting together new stuff. Like we'll be bringing back the Dreamline challenge. We'll be bringing back all the challenges, but we're also looking forward to creating more from scratch. So this is just the beginning, and you know, I just got my yoga teacher training certificate, so I've been you know, wanting to really share more of that side of me. I practice Reiki, and I've been practicing yoga for a while, and I think I'm just now finally like, I could come out the closet. Like, I'm just a full-on healer. I want to incorporate my music with all of it. Yeah, but yeah, I'm just getting started with that stuff.
Well, congrats.
That would be so great to go like, yo, you holla at Quinn, get you some wellness tips, you know, yoga, all the healing, and you get to hear her music, and maybe, you know, you probably have like your voice in the background. Your voice can work with all that. That's a whole thing that
I'm good for all 2021 after that performance.
For real.
Perfect. Yeah, I want to be really intentful about doing little projects that are made specific. Like you said, Lucid was like a meditation album. I really want to go in on that idea and make stuff dedicated to meditations, maybe like you know, I'm figure it out. But really infusing my Reiki in the music is something that I haven't explored all the way yet. So I'm excited for that.
How does the community interact with each other at Fine for Now?
So cute. So we have a group chat on WhatsApp, and the way that we have a group chat on WhatsApp, and then for the challenges we actually had to move it to Telegram because there's too many people. So we had like 400 people in this chat.
Oh wow.
Sending each other like. It wasn't totally bombarding because it was just so cool. It's like every day you kind of are just like day 1 done, day 2 done, so you can hold each other accountable. And then there'll be days when we open it up for everyone to, you know, while they say their day 1 done, you can kind of add what you went through today in one message, so it's not too crazy. And you know, the things that people were saying and the way that they were affected by this challenge alone, and like just being able to be together, especially during this time, was really wild. Like for me and Nicole, we're just like, what? Like it's just like incredible how you can bring people together, and that's all they wanted and all they needed. They just needed a resource and people to kind of, you know, like lead the way. So yeah, the community is so supportive of each other, to the point where we had to create a separate chat for anyone who wanted to continue to have these conversations. So they be talking on there every day. Challenges.
What are the challenges like?
Let me see off the bat. I can tell you that actually it's so funny. I have my book right here. One of the challenges is to, you know, we pretty much will write a whole write-up about something, and then we'll give you an assignment. Like, you know, today we're going to set our intentions, or we're going to write our I ams, like, you know, write our affirmations down and say them out loud today. Really simple things that if somebody doesn't tell you to do them, you might not do them. So yeah, like I even have my book right here of all my affirmations. You know,
that makes a huge difference.
I am my wildest dreams in one big thing. I am big and I am proud. I am graceful and full of peace. I am innovative. I am a pleasure to work with. I am consistent. I am reliable. So, I mean, the list goes on. And it's like, then we go on these lives and we kind of share, you know, every week or so, a day that spoke to us. The first day that we started Dreamline, we focused on our little selves, because the whole point is to step into our bigness and be who we came to be. And that can be a scary thing. So the first day we get into, you know, get something from your childhood or something that reminds you of your past, or do something, get into the little you, have a conversation with them. Like what were they experiencing, what they have to go through. And I didn't realize, the first time we did the challenge, we were writing it as we went. So we'd write it the night before and then send it out. So I wasn't as present as I was this time, because I didn't have to do the homework. I just was like, now I can, you know, do the challenge with everybody else. So this time I went really deep with my little self, because my mom had just so happened to send over a bin of things I needed to go through from my childhood, like all my Beanie Babies, my Hot Wheels, my little love letters to my daddy. Like I found my little secret diaries. Yeah, I like picked out, it's like this electronic diary that I have, that you needed a whole very Scorpio, like you needed a whole password to get in. You needed like a recorded password. And I saw a little piece of paper sticking out. I'm like, I have to read that. So I found a way to like retrieve it. I opened it up. It was like, I love my daddy. And I'm like, that is so sweet. So of course I'm like crying, and I'm shedding all these things, and I'm spending time with my little self. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am your dream come true. Wow. So, that was really incredible, and it really set the tone for the rest of the Dreamline. And the way that this one specifically goes is, after every day you pick something from the day that you can remember. Like I made a playlist every day. Any song that popped up, I added it to the playlist, you know, and I wrote a poem a day. So by the end of the Dreamline, you have a trail of you know, what the journey was like. And that was really cool. We just totally made that up, and a lot of people were just so grateful. It was amazing, the response that we got.
Well, folks, everybody has to go join this community. That's amazing. That's really, you know, I think in this time, it was very necessary to find your niche, you know, and I think that's that's how we count our blessings these days. I know homie said it, our guest last week. You know, luxury is having multiple places to break bread at, you know, having different circles, family that care for you, friends that care for you. And yeah, it's very needed. And I think 2020 taught us that, you know, that
Definitely.
you can have everything in the world, but everything is so fragile. And what really stays there is just like, you know, the people that love you.
It's all about love and how you split that love with everyone.
Yeah.
But
and
also, like, oh, I'm sorry, you were saying?
Oh no, I was just saying that this is actually a result of 2020 and feeling like, you know, when I can't create, how can I be of service? When I don't feel like creating, when I don't have anything, what else can I give? And that's where it kind of came about. You know, I didn't have to always be stressing myself about, I need to make a song today. You know, it's like, no, if I need to go off my feelings, and giving to the community in that way has been so fulfilling. So I'm just grateful.
That's amazing.
I think it's time to get to the top fire.
Top fire. Let's do it.
We want to know what's your top fire. What do we have today, Padrino?
So I think this is going to make perfect sense. As you all know, we don't tell our guests what the top fire is, but I think she's going to thrive here. All right, Quinn, we want to know, what are your top 5 places in nature that you just love?
Top fire.
In the West Coast, places that are
West
drivable.
Coast.
Yeah, to you. Places that are drivable that you just enjoy. And your top 5.
We can include Mexico in there, right? It's West
Of course,
Coast.
it's drivable.
We'll click, you know.
Havasu Pie, Arizona. Y'all need
Okay.
to write that down.
I've never
You
been
need to write it
there.
down. Havasu Pie, Arizona. Shout out to Jessica Foley again. She's the reason why I was ever there.
Isn't there a lake by there?
It's like a waterfall, bro. It's like an amazing. And I don't know how the fall's doing now, but when I went, it was amazing.
I need you to
It's
send
like,
me that one.
yeah, I can't even describe it. The waterfall is one thing, and the color of the lime inside of it makes it this crazy blue. And then there's this whole other water part that just looks unreal. Okay, so places that I've been, at least. So Havasu Pie, Arizona. I love the beaches in Mexico, so I'm gonna go with Tulum.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see. And that's jungle and beach included. I actually,
We gotta go over there.
Yeah.
Do a little pasando
Pasando.
from Tulum.
Yep.
Actually, we got that in the works, though. We will talk about that.
Perfect. I'm pulling up then.
For real.
Through.
Let's see. So that's 2. Big Sur.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yes. And I went to Big Sur, Yosemite, and Miami, and Mammoth all in one stretch. We did a road trip once. I'm not going to cheat and give you all three of those, but
That already took the list, though.
but those are amazing places. The what are they called? The big old trees and the redwoods up north, Sequoia. Woo! I used to go camping.
I want to go. So
I used to go camping up there as a kid every year. We went to and I don't know if this is even the same place, but as a kid, it seemed like it's all the same thing. Up north was Collins Lake, Donner Lake, where you know the Donner Party. Y'all heard of them? The cannibals.
Nope,
Crazy story.
We gotta look it up.
we got to look all them up.
I remember going river rafting as a kid up there. It changed my life. So yeah, all the camping places. I feel like that's 5 in there. But Mexico City.
Yeah, definitely.
I just went to Mexico City recently. I had never
what'd you
been there
think?
before.
Mexico City
Oh
is
my gosh,
amazing.
it's so romantic the way that the buildings are made.
Yeah.
And I went during a time where nobody was outside because it was, you know, quarantine.
Pandemic.
So I was really able to just like look around and embrace it, and I felt really connected to my people. And every time I've been to Mexico this past year, like I went in November for my birthday, even though my birthday's in October. I went in November, early November, and then after that I went in December. Both times a butterfly landed and hung out with me, and I was astounded. And I'm like, this must be my grandma. Like, they gotta be.
Yeah.
So yeah, those are really magical places.
That city
Good
is
question.
incredible. That city
It is one of the top cities.
Amazing, yeah.
Guadalajara, that's the other one. Sorry, I just thought about it. my family.
She got top eight fire. Eight
No,
fire.
Guadalajara is where my family's from. That's the one. I've never been there.
Okay. That's
Durango
that's-
and
I need you to send me that list because I need to take my family over there. We need to
Yes,
go
you
over
do.
there.
Okay.
What you got?
So I'm gonna get started. You know, I think for me and for us who were not raised in this side of the world, to look at or to be in a desert is amazing.
Yeah.
So Joshua Tree is definitely number one. Like I love that place. I love like being so close to the stars, and the fact
It
that you're in
looks
a
so
desert, like it's just so cool. So I like Joshua Tree. I like Yosemite a lot. Yosemite is one of my favorite places in the world. Definitely Big Sur. I like Zuma Beach near Malibu.
It's lit.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite places. And then I would say probably, Big Sur. But I like Big Sur, like not at the beach, but more inland. You know, like it's just, you kind of get the best of both worlds. Like it's a nice forest. So that's my top fire.
That's a top fire.
Nice.
I wish I had a top fire as great as all of you, because even though I've been here, it's about to be 7 years now or 6 years. Now I don't even know. It's not more than 7. I haven't been to any of those places. Like I'm missing all that out. But I think I'm gonna have to go with. I went to Lake Arrowhead.
Okay. Yeah.
And that place blew my mind. Like it's incredible, the water and the what you see in the little water, the little water bottle. You know, the Arrowhead. It looks just like that, bro. Like I really love that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Rosarito.
Yeah.
Ensenada. That's two
Ensenada,
there.
yeah.
Going to Ensenada with the little wine county.
Yeah. Yo, food
I love
automatically
that.
gets better once you cross the border.
God, I love that. I think I'm gonna go with like Topanga.
Okay.
Topanga
I love
area.
Topanga, yeah.
I love Topanga. I went
So
over there to a
cute.
couple of hikes that have like the whole beach, all the West Coast
Yeah.
view like that. You
Beautiful.
see, it's incredible.
Yeah.
I did a little horseback riding over there. You should do that.
I did
stuff.
that too for my birthday in Topanga. That's crazy.
Yeah, right
It was
there.
really fun. Yeah.
It's lit.
Míralo todo un vaquero.
You know, shout out to Heidi Rodriguez taking me places. My Angelina. I got 3 there, right?
No, that's 4.
That's 4. So last, I am gonna go with. I think I love Santa Barbara. I love hanging out in Santa Barbara, the beach and the mountains and all the whole town. I think I'm gonna go with that because I'm a baby. I still haven't been to a lot of all these places.
Those are good places
Actually,
that you chose.
My bad. I'm a switch Santa Barbara with Grand Canyon.
Okay.
Grand Canyon really is next level
It is.
of scenery. So I think I'm gonna go with that one. And I didn't even get to see the full thing. I went to the little area where you see it like from the bottom.
Oh, you saw it from the bottom up.
And it was incredible. Like there's a look for it from over there too, from the top, and that's like the classic one. I couldn't do that because we got there kind of late, so we just saw that one, and that was incredible.
That's really cool. Yeah.
So that's my top
Havasu
5.
Pie is not too far away from Grand Canyon.
I need that. I need
We
you
gotta-
to
we
text
gotta
me
make
that
that
one
trip.
because
I
we
got
need
you.
to go over there.
Put in
And
the
that's our
chat.
top fire. And before we get out of here, go follow QUIN CAT. The QUIN CAT. Everything is on the webpage, thequincat.com. You're going to stay up to date. Any new projects coming? Any music on any new album? Anything that's coming on the way?
Yeah, I've been putting together a few things at once so that I can just, stay on top of it. So I'm planning out the year. There's definitely new music on the way, starting Valentine's Day. And
Hey, we have something that day, no?
what do we got?
You told me about something for Valentine's.
Exactly.
You count me in. Don't count me out of that one.
Yes, yeah. I also me and you will be sharing more this year as well. That's one of my dreams.
Definitely. You know what? Talking about that, we need to get, and I hope to be responsible. We need to get that Spanish track.
Ooh,
Queen.
Yes, I know. I've been thinking
Spanish
about
track.
it. I've been thinking about it too.
Fritanga
It has to
style.
happen. Uh-huh.
Oh,
So
you'll
we-
kill it.
And you'll be
Man.
involved, period.
Let's get it. That we will talk about that.
Hey,
but
hey, Quinn, I play the maracas.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, I got you.
we gotta have
Come
the
on.
manager do some things, you know.
Yeah, pull up.
Yo, so the Quinn Cat, thank you so much. We're gonna
you.
close it out as we always do.
Suelta.
Suelta freestyle, and I love it when not to throw no shade on who hasn't done it, but whoever takes on the challenge, like our Quinn, she's on. So we're gonna get, this is what we got today. We said Santana, right? We were talking about Santana vibes.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
This is what we got today.
You ready? Hey.
We're gonna start it up and then we're gonna let Quinn do her thing.
Tíralo.
Ey, vamos para arriba. Déjale a todo el mundo que decida quién es
Right.
el mejor, quién es el que está arriba, el que tiene toda la rima. Cuando me pego, tú sabes que yo nunca juego. Pasando, sabes lo que yo traigo, no es un juego. Ey,
Me da. Mami,
Zumba.
te llevo a playita. Ella me dice que está bien rica. Ella es de Costa Rica. Mira, estoy aquí con el sombrero. Super chilling. Mami, tú sabes que es nuevo. Super niti. Mira, el caballo, estoy aquí con tostones. No te metas, papi, porque damos honrones. Palo a palo. Oye, tú sabes que damos. Parecemos Roberto Clemente. Vamos al mambo.
vamos
Hey.
al mambo. Hey, esto lo saldo. Y cuando canto no hay retardo. Cuando yo lo zumbo, nunca me tardo. Explotamos como un petardo. Shiwa, 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 shiwa. Shiwa, 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 shiwa. Yeah. Zumba que yo sé que tú retumba. Dame la zumba. Rompemos la tumba. Dile como dice vos.
Yo, in this game, nothing in between, and we're here in Pasando with this queen. Hey, tú sabes que nos vamos directo desde downtown. Ellos me llaman man, and you know I don't frown. Tengo el espíritu bien arriba. Dios me mira y tú sabes que vamos pa' encima. Yo, you know we good and we feeling right. We never give up, bro. You know we always fight.
Woo! Okay, no. We're gonna have to drop it.
Drop
We
it,
want to hear what Quinn got. Quinn. Let them know you here.
I'm always up for the challenge. Are you
Get
guys
it.
gonna play it or you want me to play it?
You play it. We do it right so that people get the full on vibes.
Okay.
She was.
I'm gonna give you guys so with
ya
me.
fue.
Battery 10%. Connected to.
Oh, we
iPhone.
almost there. We can use that. Well,
Yeah.
that could work.
We'll do 10%.
So as a singer, as a writer, all we really do, well, I'll speak for myself, all I do when I come up with songs, when I'm writing, is I freestyle. Sometimes it's not words at all, but the syllables help you build something. So
Just your
that's
voice.
yeah. So that's
It's
the fun
enough.
in it.
I'm ready for the
Exactly.
healing.
Exactly. Here, so I'm gonna play this right now. Let's
Do
see
your
what
thing.
happens. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Quinn.
Butterfly, now she wanna fly. Dancing like she high. I said, no, butterfly, you got my answer fly. No, no lullaby. You wanna love, you gotta run to the door. You gotta broken hearts. It's all I want, all I really want. And I wanna dance with my baby. I wanna dance, going crazy. I wanna dance with my baby.
Dance.
I wanna dance, we going crazy. Fall in love with a bad one. You gotta
Fantasy Soul. We got the queen.
Yes, and I loved what you said about it being like a versatile experience, because that's really what it is. If you really want to get into it, it's about like, you know, the power of not being able to be boxed in, because it's like it's everything. So how can I contain everything? I had to come up with something. So
Yes, and that's the beautiful thing about improvisation is there's no room for your mind to intervene. It's all like your spirit, because your spirit is the only one that knows how to react at the end of the day. It uses your mind with whatever you've learned, but when you improvise, it's just instant. So you know, mind sometimes is like thinking too much, and then it gets in the way. So that's why improvisation, and you did amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank
Quinn
you.
Cat. Go follow her.
Thank you so much for being in the show. We
Thank
appreciate you and we admire you. So
I admire you guys too. Yeah, subscribe to my YouTube. Follow me on all the things. I'm out there. Everything is at the QUIN CAT, or Quinn with one N. And if you want to listen to the music, you can go to my website, or you can just type in Quinn on Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, all that. It's all there.
Go
Thank you,
grab
brothers.
it. Go follow her. Thank you so much. Blessings to you.
you.
God bless you.
And music from us on the way.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. We'll see you soon.
Okay, blessings.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You
Bye,
too.
everybody.
Yo.
that was incredible, dude.
Thank you so much to everyone that tuned in. Please go follow her and go cop her merch, anything. Just support, artists need you. And this is an amazing artist. I think she's a young legend.
Absolutely.
So we thank you, and we out of here. My name is TossTones.
And I'm El Padrino.
Y recuerda,
Aquí está pasando.
Every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m., happening in DTLA on YouTube. Boom! We'll see you next time.
Yep.
Pasando. Aquí está pasando.